Virgo, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Oh, okay. Interesting. It is an intuitive message, guys. So please take it where it resonates in your life and how it resonates in your life. If you want the full astrology breakdown, then check out my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation, where I do a deep dive forecast for Virgo every single week. I would love to see you there. This reading comes to you exactly when it's supposed to. It is a timeless message that you'll find and will come to you when you need to hear it, if you need to hear it. This is interesting because it feels like you're overindulging or overeating, overdrinking, overindulging because of obstacles in your life. Or the major obstacles are keeping you from any kind of pleasure. Let me show you the cards. We have sweets. We have sweets, and then we have mountain. Now, it could indicate that you're traveling for some sort of celebration. You know that you're going to be partying. You're going to be having a good time. But it does lend me to believe that it's more about there's some sort of obstacles that are coming up around overindulgence. Either you're not enjoying yourself, you're not giving yourself pleasure, or once again, you're just you're not able to stop yourself. So let's get deeper into what's going on, Virgo. Maybe something that you really like and really enjoy, you're being held back from. That's what I'm getting more. So there was an ending of something here, Virgo. 10 of Swords. Uh-oh. And something just flipped over. This is interesting. It's almost like something was expected and then that's not what happened. Instead, something ended. And then we have the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Cups in reverse. They came out originally upright. So there is this wonderful energy and momentum of good things happening, beautiful things happening, happiness, wishes, dreams fulfilled. And then all of a sudden it seems to crash down like it's all ended and it's all finished. Could involve some sort of fire sign. Okay, now I just want to get a read on these cards because all of a sudden there's what's happening, what's going on. What's happening, what's going on for Virgo, please. What's happening, what's going on. What was the expectation? And that could be, oh, there's some sort of competition involved. So if you weren't sure, now you know. The reason why things didn't end up moving forward or going forward the way that you expected them to, everything seemed so wonderful, everything seemed so good. You want to know what this big old block was? It's competition. There's more people involved than you think, or this is talking about red tape, like, rules, laws, regulations getting in your way, maybe even people personally, intentionally coming in and getting in the way of it. So it doesn't mean that somebody doesn't love you or that this job opportunity wasn't crazy about you. There just seems to be all these little nitpicking things or people that are now throwing themselves at the situation, creating this impediment in your life. So let's see what to do about that, Virgo. Well, first of all, who are these people? Who are these people? What are these things? It's got to do with work. So your work is appreciated. Your value is recognized. That's at least a good thing, right? Your work is recognized. People value your work, okay? They value your work. This is you. You do good work. You've been doing good work. And maybe you're too good at doing good work, or you are... okay, so let's just keep going. Okay. Who are these people? Maybe they're sneaking around. It's like on the surface, they're like, oh, you're so great. But then underneath, so there's sort of a change in a dynamic here when it comes to friends or relationships, people that you liked being around. Somehow that's shifting. Or there were things going on with a bunch of you that you didn't even realize were going on. Okay, so what are these things going on? What are these shifts? And maybe people are shifting and changing based on the money or for the money. So it could also mean that if it's you that's being impacted, like you think your road has been impacted, you might be shifting and changing jobs or places that you work, or that might be suggested to you right now. This sense of you might have to make a shift or a change because the people that you thought had your back don't actually have your freaking back. Right? Or else there wouldn't be all this stuff coming. It's coming from them. In other words, it's coming from closer than you would have wanted it to come from. Just an FYI, Virgo. All the confusion and all the muck is coming from closer than you would have wanted it to come from. So there could sort of be changes, or it could be all about a dynamic change in money or finances, which is what's stirring a lot of stuff up, but it's also going to reveal a lot of what people have been doing maybe behind your back. Now we have the Eight of Cups here. And I know we have a new moon that's coming up soon. Next week around the 17th. Let's do the Eight of Cups. So this is walk away from this situation, because there's a sense of, it's almost like you're sick of it. You're like, yeah, you're done. You've been either completely drained, or you just don't feel like filling the cups anymore. And if you've noticed, so let me say this, if you've noticed you're in a situation where you keep refilling and refilling and refilling and refilling the cups, but they keep draining and draining and draining and draining and draining, that is exactly it. It's like people aren't really respecting and appreciating. Maybe on the surface, they're pretending to respect and appreciate what you do, but all they're really doing is using it. And it's not really getting anywhere because somebody has tapped into what you keep filling up. Right? So this is, or you're experiencing the things that used to please you don't please you anymore. The things that used to turn you on and the things that used to give you pleasure don't do that anymore. Okay? I mean, pleasure is different than happiness, right? So let's get into a moon card to see maybe what this shadowy stuff is. A little bit more about what is hidden, Virgo. Expect powerful change. So there is, in other words, there is an eclipse coming in your life. There's not actually an eclipse coming right now, but there's an eclipse coming in your life, and it's going to be dramatic, and it's going to be unavoidable. Expect powerful change, and a fiery climax approaches. So there's an actual confrontation here that could get physical. Or there's something about your physical self that might suddenly change. Like you suddenly might not crave something anymore. You suddenly don't want something anymore. Or something to do with actual physicality. It's not just going to be in your mind or concept or your faith. It's going to be physically. It's going to get in your bones. There's a confrontation that's going to happen. There's a definite a kind of battle almost when you have Aries energy, a sense of I need to confront this, or I need to create the change. A lot of times Aries energy says I'm confronting this. That's the climax. That's a sense of I'm going to start creating the change. I'm going to do something about it. The first thing I saw was combativeness, like the sense of butting heads with somebody, like the ram would do because of this change, or because things have changed, which could mean that you've sort of let this be quiet and tried to go about your work, and tried to go about your work peacefully. You've tried to go about your business, just doing your good job, just, focusing on the things of just like, let me just focus on my shit. But you're like, oh, no. At this point, this week, it's not going to happen. I've got to confront this. Whether you should, you're definitely going to. It's all coming out here and now. So what is this about? What is this about? What are these dealings about? What is going on, please, for Virgo underneath? What is going on for Virgo underneath? We have the Nine of Swords and the Page of Wands. It's something around a new start or a new beginning, maybe even a new child, or a new desire. Something's worrying you, or making to the point of even making you sick, or somebody is sick and you know it. You know, you maybe you know that they've kind of gone astray, or they're acting a little bit immature, or they're acting too impulsively. So there's this sense of a real sense of, what do I do? Like, what do I do? What do I do? The King of Swords is here. Make a decision, and you could definitely be the King of Swords. So what it's telling me is you're going to make the decision to stay solid. You're going to make the decision to not move forward or overindulge with this person, or you're making the decision to hold on to whatever financial control you can, or whatever sort of steadfastness you can. The Four of Pentacles is the most unchanging four. It is I'm staying where I am. It's almost like you're reacting in a completely opposite way. Somebody else is running wild and going crazy, and the opposite reaction is, well, then I'm going to be extremely responsible. And that's causing issues. That conflict between somebody else doesn't seem to be caring at all and putting themselves at risk, and the other person is trying to compensate by holding down the fort and by not letting anything change. And that's where the clash is going to happen. That's where the explosion is going to happen, because somebody's taking on too much responsibility or extra responsibility so that somebody else can take more chances or dramatic chances. And the worry and the frustration is building up. And maybe even in some cases, a little bit of envy, a little bit of jealousy, because somebody's having fun and you're not a part of it. Or vice versa. This sense of, maybe that's really the underlying energy of, I'm jealous in some ways because I want to enjoy life, but I'm not getting to. And maybe blaming it all on the other person isn't the best solution, because ultimately what you do or how you experience your life is your choices. So there's a set of, if you want to just enjoy stuff, don't clean up after people, you know. And then, but I understand, I get it. It's like, well, then how is it going to get done? Right? Then how is it going to get done? Because things have to get done. And there's a diligence here about you with that Three of Pentacles, a sense of, no, I keep working, I keep doing the good job, but everybody else is fucking off. And that could be why you're deciding to walk away and leave. It's like, I'm sick and tired of refilling these cups every single time, when all everybody does is just come around and knock them down. In which case, you are correct. You are around the wrong people. You're around the wrong situation. Now, this doesn't have to be specifically. Take it where it resonates in your romantic life. Is it your job? Is your romantic life? Is it your friends? Whatever it is going to come to a head this week, and it is going to be explosive. So let's see what comes out of that explosion, shall we? Or let's see, when does this confrontation happen? Oh boy. When does this confrontation happen? When does this confrontation happen? A little bit in the future, so toward the end of the week. And I think the confrontation comes in the form of you just saying goodbye. Aries does imply that there's explosiveness, but I think the explosiveness could just be, fuck it, throwing your hands in the air, walking out the door and letting it slam behind you. Kind of like, you are going to make a little bit of noise here, but there may not be words exchanged so much as you're taking action and you're just saying, peace out, bye-bye, I'm on my way out the door. Who is this conflict with? Let's get deeper into it, guys. I'm going to head over into the extended reading. I hope you will follow me. Come on over and join. If you're watching this on television, you won't be able to get the links. So please grab your cell phone, go to your desktop or your laptop. All the links are available there. And I will see you guys in the extended.